referral is probably the most important marketing strategy I know. The way that Open Circles grew from the beginning. The way I started Open Circles about 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, was with 6 people. 6 people, those were the only people I knew in the Netherlands. And they were friends or people that I knew from meeting them. And I just told them, hey guys, I'm starting something new. I'm starting a new profession. I'm going to become a trainer and I want to start it with a big bang. So I'm inviting you to my first event. It was an evening somewhere in the north of Amsterdam. I think it was about 20 guilders at that time, 20 guilders for showing up. And I told them, please, every single one of you needs to be in that evening and make sure that you bring your car and fill it up. And actually in that evening when everybody showed up, there were 42 people in the room, which that was the start, that was the core of how I started my business, my training business. And right now we grew up to be the fastest growing company in our field, one of the biggest one in Europe, and at least in number of students, in number of participants, and it's all grew through the results of referrals. People were enjoying the trainings, getting lots of benefits and telling their friends. We never used advertisements or PR or almost any other marketing strategy. Referrals and blogging was mostly what we did. The point is that most people are doing it wrong. Most people are just doing it wrong. They are kind of begging for people to become their clients, begging for people to work with them. And I think that it can be done very, very differently when you're using referral system. And we'll talk a little bit about referrals. We'll talk about the system a little bit. I'm going to give you what you need to have. I'm going to give you lots of different stuff. And towards the end of this webinar, of this class, if you want, I'm going to give you the 10 simple, I don't know if the simplest, but 10 simple referral systems that you can start implementing in your business basically today, and if not, for sure by tomorrow morning. Are you up to it? Let's begin. So here are some ways to do that, in order to stop getting people to beg, to beg people to come to become your clients. Do it differently. So first of all, I would say tell all your satisfied clients, those of them that already benefited from your product, your service, they already got the value for themselves. Tell them that you're going to do something big for your business right now. You're going to increase your marketing efforts, but before you're doing anything, you want to let them know that this is happening and that you want them to let their friends and let their colleagues and their networks to know that, hey, you're growing your business. And give them an opportunity to tell those people before you start telling to the whole world. So that would be the first thing that I would do. Make sure that you offer some kind of incentives to your clients to actually tell their friends. And we'll talk about those incentives, but it's very, very sensitive, especially in the Netherlands. You need to be very sensitive of how you're doing it, but you absolutely can offer them something in order to gently encourage them to do that. We'll talk about it a little bit later. You can also offer, and you should offer, and that's what we're always doing, is offer some gifts or bonuses or incentives for their referrals, which makes it easier for you to get them into your funnel or into your business. You can offer a free service or a consultation or a product. I prefer usually service because product can be it's not as selling as possible, but offer something free for those referrals so they will try you out, so they will taste you. That's where front end comes very, very, very handy if you did a master entrepreneur. Then front end is the best thing that you can offer to those referrals. You can also decide to give a workshop or a seminar or training or lecture or anything where you invite your clients to come in, but you tell them, hey, make sure that you come with your friends, 1, 2, 3, 10 of them. Okay, those are all ways to start delivering value to people instead of begging them to come to become your clients. You deliver value to them, you deliver value to people that you don't know yet, to those strangers that are referrals, and at one point they will come and work with you and do business with you. So this is very, very, very kind of big picture. Let's go a little bit more into details about it. First of all, I believe that referrals are really the key for you in your business for exponential growth. So if you did with us Master Entrepreneur, you know a little bit about exponential growth, and referrals actually covered everything. Why actually you wanted referrals? Let's talk about that first. Why do you want referrals? I hope you're answering that in your mind right now, right? Because I'm just going to give you my take on it. First of all, it's the least expensive form of marketing. It costs you how much? Pretty much nothing, right? Basically, you just need to ask your clients, your satisfied clients, tell your friends, and that's what it costs you. That's the cost. It's pretty much nothing. It has the least risk for you and for them, by the way. It has the highest level of leverage because you can tell one person to tell their friends, and they might have a network of 10 or 20, or they might put it in their newsletter to thousands of people. Okay, so it has a very high leverage, again, with very little cost for you, and the payoff is very, very high. Bigger than any other marketing method that I'm at least aware of. And all of this happens because of one word, one simple word that you need to remember, and that's credibility. Okay? There is no other marketing strategy that you can imagine that has that high level of credibility. Because when I'm telling you why you should come to my training or to take my product or service, it's always you know that I have something to gain from that. So you will listen to me with with this level of attention or not, or this level of belief or not. So if I will put an advertisement, or you will read an article about me, or the article that I'm writing, or you will watch my video telling you about that, or you'll read my sales letter, all those have a lower credibility than if your best friends or somebody that you know, somebody in your network, just telling you, hey, I did this with me Sunday and it was fantastic, you should check it out. Right? So when this credibility is so high and when the cost is so low, then yeah, you can't imagine a better marketing strategy than referral. Now, there is a difference between referrals to referral system. I'm pretty sure that you already get referrals into your business. I hope you get referrals to your business. And if not, I hope that you at least realize the power of referral to your business, so I don't need to push on that so much. But there is a difference between getting referrals, once in a while, whenever it happens, to a referral system. Because a referral is happening when your clients or when people that know you feels like telling it to their friends or networks. But referral system is something that it's a repeatable process that you're initiating, and it kind of guarantee what will be the results. So when the business bootcamp was still running for 7 years, at the end of the business bootcamp, we basically told people, listen, go and tell 2 of your friends about that, and we'll give them this VIP card so they can benefit more for the same price of the business bootcamp. And we gave them 10 days to do that. There was only 10 days after the training, and within those 10 days, we filled up 70% of the training. So usually between 600 to 1,000 people registered to the VIP as a result of this action of referrals within 10 days. This is big, this is major. I hope that you can get that and the value for you in your business, but it needs to be a system. Okay? It needs to be systemized, a repeated process that always gives you those results. So I didn't know how many exactly people will be, but I knew what the percentage will be. I didn't know who is going to bring the people, if it's you or somebody else, but I knew that in total we'll get about 70% of the room filled within 10 days, which is very, very powerful. Now I'm going to take it a little bit further here, and I'm going to suggest that you'll have not just a referral system, but multiple referral systems. So my suggestion is that you take 4 or 5 referral systems and let them work parallel. Most of those, as soon as you set them up, they take no time, no effort, no resources on your side. You just set them up and let them run totally automatically for you. It's very, very simple. I'll show you that in a moment. So my suggestion, start with one and then add another one and add another one. When you have 4 or 5 systems that are working for you parallel, then you're getting a constant stream of referrals that are coming from different areas or from different people or from different media. But at the end, they are all coming into your business, and they are building up this level of new clients or new prospects that are becoming more and more interested in your business all the time. So that will be my suggestion. So are you ready? Yes? All right. So again, the best way is to start with multiple levels, multiple systems, multiple referral systems, and just see what works. The one that works, keep it. The one that doesn't work, either throw it or just modify it, see what you can do differently. And the idea is that at one point you'll have 4 or 5 of them running parallel. Now, before we're going to do that, I'm going to give you 10 of my favorite ones. There's many, many, many more. Okay, I'm going to give you today 10 simple referral systems, and you can pick up the first one, the second one, the third one, and slowly try them all until you have 4 or 5 that really works for you. But that I'm keeping a little bit towards the end of this online class. Before that, let's build up a little bit of context. Okay, so let's first start with the information you should know. Okay, this is really, really important. Before you can start communicating about your referral system or to your clients or other people about, getting your referrals, you need to know a few things. The first one is, who are your ideal prospects? Okay, what is the demographics of your ideal prospects? What type of people are they? Are they men? Are they women? Are they old? Are they young? Are they CEOs of companies? Are they coaches? Are they single moms? Are they pregnant women? Are they teenage girls? Are they, football players or top models? Or you understand what I'm saying? You need very, very basic definition, but clear definition, 2 or 3 words to describe this target audience. Because when you're going to ask somebody, hey, could you refer me? You don't want to ask them the question, could you refer me somebody that can benefit from my product or service? That's not the right way to do that. The right way to do that is to actually, do you know a pregnant woman in the area of Den Haag? for example? Or do you know any CEO in an IT company? Okay, this is makes it so much clearer, so much easier for people to go into their mental contact list and think, yeah, I know that, or I don't know, and they can answer you immediately. When you ask them, do you know anyone that can help me? You're going to ask them to think too much, and they probably won't do that. So you need to know who is your target, or who are your ideal prospects. 1, 2, 3 words, that's more than enough, but that needs to be the demographics that you're looking for. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing you want to know is, what do they need, what do they want, those ideal prospects? Because you will need to refer to that. So for example, if you're dealing with pregnant women, maybe what they really, really need and want is to be able to deliver their baby without pain. So if you're a yoga teacher and you're looking for referrals that are pregnant women for your yoga course for pregnant women, then you need to realize what they actually want is to deliver without pain. And that's what you can communicate when you ask for referral. So you meet somebody and says, hey, do you know any pregnant woman that, that is living in Den Haag or in the area? And what I'm doing is I'm helping pregnant women to deliver without pain. So you're already communicating what is that want or need that you're solving. And for them, it's easier than to say, yeah, I know exactly. It's my sister or a neighbor or a friend or me, okay? Whatever it is. So that's the second thing. The third thing is, you better know what you're different and better than your competition. Because you might be asked, if not by the person that's referring, by their referral. So you better know what is the main things that differentiates you from the rest of the competition. Are you cheaper? I hope not, but are you cheaper? Are you giving a better guarantee? Is your services better because of what? Okay, we can say, listen, we have the biggest networking events in the Netherlands. So when you're looking for networking between small business owners, there is no better place for that. We can say that our events are energetic. They are a high level participation. You're not going to sit there all day and watching slides, for example, or PowerPoint. So you need to find out for yourself what is different and better in your business than your competition, and you need to know that at least at the back of your head, so when the question will come, you know what to answer. So that's the third thing. And the fourth one, and probably the most important, is you need to figure out who can refer you to their people or to their network. Who can refer those prospects to you? And of course, obvious choice is your satisfied clients. So if you have satisfied clients, they need to be the first ones that you at least put on your list. Those are the people I need to ask for. And we'll talk about how to ask, okay? But those will be the first people. You might not have clients yet. Maybe you're just starting. Maybe you have just a few clients. Can you think of other sources or other people that might communicate that, or that might be happy to communicate that to their networks or to their connection? So it can be your suppliers. Your suppliers, you never thought about it probably, but your supplier have a major interest that you will be successful and actually grow. Imagine that you're buying every month some office supply from a store or from a chain. Doesn't matter. And they have interest for you to grow, so you will buy more from them. Now I'm taking this, it's a very simplistic example, but just be aware that your suppliers have an inherent interest that you will actually grow your business. So if you go to your suppliers and say, hey, do you know anyone that is, and you need to describe your target audience like we discussed before, would you be willing to recommend them? Many times they will be happy to do that for you. I know that in my experience, in our life, it happens so many times. So your suppliers can absolutely be great referrers for you. Another one can be your network. Okay, people that are not necessarily your clients, they are not necessarily your suppliers, but those are people that know you, like you, trust you. And if you meet them in a networking event, or if you meet them in the supermarket, and it doesn't really matter, but you meet and say, hey, how are you? Hey, I'm growing my business, can you help me? And we'll talk about how to do that, but those people are very, very, very valuable when you're developing this relationship with them. That's why when we're teaching networking in the business bootcamp or later in the Master Entrepreneur, we talk about always work the network of your network. So you build up a network that know you, like you, and trust you, and then when you need referrals, you come to those people and you don't ask them to buy something for you. You ask them, do you know anyone that, and then they will refer to you. So this is another possibility. The next one is non-competing businesses with you that target the same target audience. Okay, so for example, for us, a non-competing business will be a office center, Staples in the Netherlands. Okay, they're selling lots and lots of small business owners, and we could find a way to make a deal with them, a joint venture deal probably, where we tell them, listen, if you refer your clients to us for education, because we are not competing, you're supplying them with, I don't know what, pens and papers and maybe computers, we're supplying them with education that can help them grow their business, they might be interested to work together with you. Now I took an example of a big business, which we did with those type of businesses, joint venture before, but it can be somebody very small, close to your size, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. But this is a non-competing business that target the same people. Okay, and the last one, and maybe the most important, at least way to look at it, is you need to think about your prospect and say, okay, at one point they're going to buy from me. That's great. But what do they buy before they buy from me, and what do they buy after they buy from me? If you can find out what do they buy before you can go to those businesses that supply them with that. Again, you're not completely competing, and tell them, hey, listen, they're buying those from you. The next step will be to buy something from me. So could you refer them, and I will do something for you in return. We'll talk about same thing with those businesses that provide them something after. Okay, so for example, let's say that you're a real estate agent. Okay, so you're offering people, or you're helping people buy a house. Okay, what is coming after that is that they will need probably somebody to renovate the house, maybe a painter to paint it, maybe somebody to landscape the garden. All those are people that working with people that can be interesting for you, and the other way around to the other side. So you might be interested for them. So for a landscaper, it might be very interesting to talk to a real estate agent. Maybe most of the time they don't even think about it, but real estate agent is somebody that worked with those people before. Talk to them, try to make this referral deal. So those are just a little bit things that you must know before you can start. Okay, now I want to give you, I'm going to give you right now a minute to just think about all this, write down for yourself the main insights that you got for that. If you have any action that you want to take from this, so because you're not ready with that, you're not know the answer for one of those questions, and you need to figure it out. So I'm going to give you a minute just to make a little bit of what is it that you learned from that, what is the biggest insight, and what action are you going to take from that. I'm going to give you 1 minute for that, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to come back with 12 things you must do to create a great referral program.